Okay, here.
Like for 2 days, okay, Friday, Friday we do 2 days.
I get it. Okay, my father said, this is the Yom Yom. This we're learning Yom Yom. Yom Yom is sayings from the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, and they were collected by the Rebbe and put into a book form called HaYom Yom. So every day there's a message. Here's the message for today. My father said, I'm sure that when a chassid is sitting in the place of learning and he's teaching, or he's teaching someone or learning something, or he is saying one of the discourses of Chassidut to others, then all of the previous Rebbes are filled with joy, and their joy is sufficient to give that Chassid, or that person who's sitting and learning, and his children, and his children's children, with an abundance of blessing materially and spiritually. So in addition to pleasing God, you also please all of the Rebbes of learning the teachings of the Rebbes. Amelek, Yamach Shemo v'zichro. Amelek came forth and he fought with the Jewish people at Rephidim. It says when the Jewish people crossed over the Yam Suf, Amelek came along and attacked the Jews. Rephidim, from a place called Rephidim. Rephidim means refu, means to be weak. Weak means the weakness of the hands. When the Jewish people neglected the Torah, when the Jewish people become weak in the Torah, and Torah study is, and Torah study, one second. Right. In Torah, and the whole purpose of the Torah is in order to do what God wants. Then comes along Amelek and he cools off the Jews. Amelek fought with Israel. He fought with Israel. What do you mean? Of course he fought with Israel. Who is he going to fight? He fought against the Jews. The word Israel means Yesh Yisrael. Yesh Shishim Riboy Otiot B'Torah. There are 10,000 letters in the Torah, 600,000 letters in the Torah. How that exactly is counted is not important, but there is 600. The word Israel is an acronym for 600,000 letters in the Torah. Every Jew has a letter in the Torah, and this is the reason for the universal Jewish custom that everybody should write a letter in the Torah. Amelek cools the holiness of the Torah. What's the cure for this? The antidote for this is choose men for us. Bachar lachem anashim. You have to choose Moses' people. It says, Bachar lanu, I'm sorry, choose for us people. Bachar lanu anashim. Moses' men. You have to be a person of Moses, a soldier of the Rebbe. In every generation, there is a soldier, there is a Moses. In every generation, there are heads of the thousands of the Jewish people. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, there's other great Jews. You have to be, they're fighting against ignorance, against the, how do you say, against the, there's a word for it, I'm trying to think of the word, against the lack of enthusiasm, right? There's of coldness, they fight against coldness. Those Jews that try to make other Jews inspired and dynamic as far as Judaism goes, you have to connect yourself to those Jews and fight Amelek. Fight Amelek. Now, the essence of the Jews we're talking about is the Torah. It's not just talking about, being excited you're a Jew because you're a Jew. It has to be connected to the Torah. You're excited about the Torah and the commandments of the Torah. That's called true Judaism. Anything which cools you off to Judaism, even though to Torah and the commandments, even though it might excite you to some aspect of Judaism, whatever it is, to some aspect of Judaism, giving charity, being a nice person, settling the land of Israel, whatever. The main thing has to be Torah and commandments. And anything that cools you off from that, that is, if not Amelek himself, at least a representative of Amelek. Therefore, you have to go forth and fight Amelek. It says you have to fight. It says say hilachem. It doesn't say tsa'u, go, plural. It says say singular. It's in the singular form. Every single person, and the Torah is relevant to every single Jew in every single generation and every single time and every single place. separately. That is today's Yom Yom. Now let's do tomorrow's Yom Yom, just in the case that maybe there won't be a class tomorrow. And what if there is a class tomorrow? What's going to be then? We'll do it again.
That's a good question. If there's a class tomorrow, then
we'll do it again. That's okay.
You could do it again, but you can stop. If you don't want to, you could always put it on YouTube.
That's right. You can put your fingers in your ears. My grandfather told my father, the Tzemach Tzedek selected the Maimorim, which are written in Likkutei Torah. We learned Likkutei from 2,000 Maimorim. How many Maimorim are in Likkutei Torah? I didn't really count, but I imagine it's something like 100, 150 Maimorim. So there was 2,000 of discourses of the Rebbe, of the first Rebbe of Chabad, that were written down. Okay, these are details that we have to say in the Megillah. Different, how you shake the Megillah at certain times and everything like that, which we won't go into that.
Hopefully we...
What? In the Megillah that my grandfather...
Nothing, it's...
In the Megillah that my grandfather, this is the previous Rebbe speaking, so his grandfather was the fourth Rebbe of Chabad, the Rebbe Marash, Rebbe Shmuel. In the Megillah that my grandfather wrote, he did not place the 10 sons of Haman on a separate page. If you look, there's some Megillahs that they do have on a separate page. Nor did he begin each column page with the word Amelek, the king. Some people do that also. Some people, you can do it however you want to, but he didn't. And then there's fixing the certain corrections that should be in the printer made in Torah or. Okay, and if you want to really be sure of sure, so we'll do Wednesdays as well, Shushan Purim.
The Yom?
It's said that is the Yom Yom. It is said about
even with the 95%.
Yeah, 95%. It's said in the time to come, a stone in the wall will cry out, beam from a tree will respond. What does it mean? In the future, in the days of the Mashiach, and there's different periods in the days of the Mashiach. In the beginning, everybody just does tshuva. They come closer and closer to Torah and mitzvahs. But eventually, the world itself starts to respond. Presently, not only the Jews will go back to Jewish consciousness, but the whole world will return to human consciousness and realize that they're made in the image of God. And the whole, then even the animals and the plants and even the physical will start to realize that God is the creator. What does this mean? Nowadays, the physical world is inert. It's quiet. But there was going to come a time when the revelation of God will be a reality, that even the rocks will begin to speak. And they will say, for instance, if a man is walking on the street without saying the words of Torah, the ground will say, why are you walking on me? The earth has been waiting for thousands of years, since the 6 days of creation, for someone to walk on it and say words of Torah. All kinds of living creations, animals and squirrels and things have been treading on the ground, and they've just been waiting for a Jew, one or two Jews, to walk on it while discussing Torah. But if Jews do not say words of Torah, the earth will say, hey, you're not better than all the animals and all the cats and things that have been walking on me. I expected a little bit more than Jews. Okay, that's Wednesdays for Adar Aleph. Here's Adar Base. My grandfather said, this is again the Rebbe Marash, that the second Rebbe of Chabad, the Mittler Rebbe, he wrote specific Maimorim and specific lectures and sometimes even specific books for different types of Hasidim. But the Hasidim. But there's two books called Shari Yichud and Shari Ora. These two books are written for, Shari Ora is talking about Purim and Chanukah, and Shari Yichud is talking mostly about Shema Yisrael. They are written for all the Hasidim. Shari Yichud is the key to the teachings of Hasidut. And Shari Ora is the Aleph Beit of Hasidut. Good. God bless everybody. Have a happy Purim, a lasting Purim the whole year. And Bez Hashem, we should dance this year with the Rebbe Melech HaMashiach Tzikenu, Baroshenu, now Mamash. Purim Sameach. Purim Sameach.
Was there Have one.